The U.S. Education Department now unfreezing more than $5 billion in education grants. That includes money that will go here to the Clark County School District. The department announced it was withholding that money for further review on June 30th, one day before the funds were supposed to go out. And as school districts began budgeting for the fall, the department says those reviews are complete and that the agency will now begin dispersing the money next week. President Donald Trump has signed a new executive order making it easier for towns and cities to remove homeless people from their streets. That order gives Attorney General Pam Bondi the authority to reverse rules that limit cities' abilities to relocate these individuals. The executive order redirects federal resources to transfer them to facilities for mental health and substance abuse treatment. Part of what the White House says is, quote, an initiative to end crime and disorder on America's streets. However, there was some division on whether this is the best way to tackle the homeless issue across the country and here in the Las Vegas Valley. Our Tiffany Lane is live from downtown Las Vegas, where several of the encampments are located. Tiffany, what are you hearing tonight?
Dana, as you mentioned, this has a lot of people talking, a lot of people divided. Some say this is a good step in tackling homelessness in the community. Others say they believe you shouldn't be able to force anyone into treatment and that this could expand the use of police in the community.
The Vegas Stronger team is keeping busy working to get homeless people off the streets throughout the state, including the 8,000 unhoused individuals in southern Nevada.
You guys want some water in our can or anything?
The nonprofit provides mental health and substance abuse treatments to get people into housing and to help them find jobs. The CEO of Vegas Stronger says in the last 12 months, they've treated 2,500 people.
Last year, 94% of the clients that we did homeless interventions on, 94% of them had a substance use disorder.
That's why Dave Marlin is in favor of President Trump's executive order that allows cities and counties to put homeless individuals into treatment facilities.
I do think more incentive to get people off our streets and or into treatment is a good thing. Let's help them. It's not safe. It's not appropriate.
But he says the resources need to be there to make it work, citing recent cuts to Medicaid that make enforcement of the order more difficult.
The people who have mental health disorders, the people who have substance use disorders, they shouldn't be on the streets, and we need to get them help. If you're at the same time you're cutting the coverage for this and saying everybody needs to get help, something's got to give.
Attar Hasibullah, the executive director of the ACLU of Nevada, however, is not in favor of the order.
What this would effectively allow is for the encouragement of local governments to actually engage in civil commitment processes, which place people in mental health facilities without their consent. It'll require evaluations of folks who are unhoused and potentially allow for their confinement in a more expanded way.
He believes the order will add to the issue of homelessness locally and nationwide, saying housing costs is what needs to be addressed.
This sort of correlation where they're attempting to suggest that folks who are unhoused are somehow dangerous when instead of recognizing that they're unhoused because they are poor is quite problematic.
Now, something else that Hasibullah told me is he believes this will expand policing powers. He also questions whether the infrastructure is there to be able to provide these required treatments under this order. Now, we did reach out to local jurisdictions, essentially Clark County, Henderson Police, and Metro, all responding saying they will be reviewing this executive order. As we know, this was just signed today, so I think everyone's kind of looking into what this will look like here in the community. But we will provide those updates after we speak with them in just a few days. For now, reporting live from downtown Las Vegas, I'm Tiffany Lane for News 3.
Yeah,
Dana?
one thing we found from our reporting in recent